I'm here tonight in San Francisco. And remember, it's Nancy Pelosi's congressional district for more than 3 decades. Wouldn't you kind of think that the hometown of the House Speaker would be a desirable and safe place to live? She's worth hundreds of millions of dollars herself, after all. But the reality here is much darker. Since 2019, homicides have risen 30%, burglaries shot up 51%, and the homelessness situation, you can't really describe it. You have to see it. Same thing with drug abuse, rampant. So I went down to the Tenderloin district today, and I spent some time with some of San Francisco's finest police officers and the association president, Tony Montoya, to see the city's decline firsthand and learn how it's connected to these destructive policies of the DA, Chesa Boudin.
A lot of the violent crimes are up because of Chesa Boudin's policies. It's a catch and release. I've said he's got the swiftest revolving door in the criminal justice system, where it's a small group of people committing these crimes again and again and again, and they're doing so because they realize as long as Chesa Boudin's in office, there are no consequences for their bad behavior. There's people laying out all over the place. Just a minute ago, where this white van is parked, there was a gentleman sitting on the sidewalk in broad daylight with kids playing on the playground smoking crack cocaine right here by the police department.
So the police station is here, and crack cocaine is there, and
30
the
feet
school
away.
is right here.
Yeah. And they do so knowing that for some reason, if they were to get caught, there's going to be zero consequences for their behavior.
Zero consequences for smoking crack. 25 yards from the police.
Absolutely.
And 25 yards from the school.
Right. Once they get hooked on the drugs, it's just kind of a downward spiral.
It's a spiral.
And it's not from lack of resources. You know, San Francisco spends nearly $1 billion with a B dollars a year for all the different nonprofits and services they offer to these people. But some people just don't want the help.
If I wanted to buy crack, right, within this kind of 3-block area, how hard would it be to get crack?
Not hard at all.
How long would it take me to get crack?
Under a minute.
How about heroin?
Same thing.
Fentanyl?
Same.
Easy to get.
Very easy to get.
Prop 47 can go in and basically take $950 worth of merchandise from any store.
Complete disaster. George Gascon was one of the co-authors or sponsor of that, and they sold it as kind of a safe streets, safe schools type
program. So it's meant
program.
to help you guys, right?
Yes, it was.
So police wouldn't be inundated with shoplifting and so forth.
It was sold that way to the voters as making things safer out here. What it did is it turned a lot of felonies down to misdemeanors, specifically theft. Anything that valued at $950 is now a misdemeanor, not a felony.
Yeah.
So you'll actually see people on camera with a calculator, whether it's a handheld calculator on their phone, adding up the cost of the merchandise they're stealing to stay under the $950 threshold.
Got it. In this particular block, we have a row going all the way up the block of homeless people living in outdoor tents, people doing their laundry in the street. I guess they're siphoning off the fire hydrant here, and God bless them, trying to do some laundry with some detergent.
Anybody got a crystal and a crack pipe for
he wants crystal and a crack pipe.
This is kind of what the Tenderloin is about. It's truly sad. This is a relatively quiet block at the moment.
This is a quiet block?
There's other blocks that are a lot worse.
Where do the people go to the bathroom in these?
Right here on the street corner. Unfortunately, that's that unpleasant odor we're smelling.
Yeah. It's a smell of pot, human feces, urine, kind of all together.
Right, and these people are literally living in those squalid conditions. I mean, these are some third world country type conditions.
You don't have to go to Afghanistan to see bad conditions.
No, you see them right here.
Some of the locals saw us filming here in the Tenderloin district, and they had their own views about why these problems persist.
A lot of wonderful things are happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get a free meal. You can also get housing. But we need permanent housing for folks down here in the Tenderloin due to this coronavirus epidemic.
And they even had their own thoughts about sending billions overseas when there's so much suffering here at home.
How can I help the people way across the seas, and I got people right here that
Do you think we should be continuing to have all these foreign wars in Afghanistan and spending the money there?
No, we need to start taking care of home.
So we obviously have an enormous problem with homelessness in this city that's only gotten worse and worse. So the last 20 years since I've been coming here, 25 years, exponentially worse.
Continues to get worse. As I pointed out, with the open-air drug market, more people died last year of fentanyl overdoses than they did of the COVID virus. And a lot of that has to do with, Chesapeake refusing to prosecute people that are out there selling drugs. They have woken a sleeping giant with your average citizens because they are just getting fed up. And where people used to say crimes were contained in the